Shabbat Kodesh Ministries, Set Apart to Serve in English. How you all out there doing? I know it's starting to be a minute for me to do these videos because I've been going through a lot of things spiritually. I just need a break sometimes from people, places, and things. So I just decided, after praying that for now I'm just going to do what I'm led to do, instead of trying to figure everything out, instead of, thinking that I got everything and I don't. We sin the most when we try hard by doing right by God. For some reason, I don't know if that's just me or what. So I decided to say I'm tired and I'm just going to stop. I don't know why God chose me. I have no idea why I'm chosen. I have no idea of what my calling may be. I don't have no idea about none of this. I may not even know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But thus far, everything that's going on, everything that I'm doing, is obviously I'm being led to do it. Just like evildoers or unbelievers are, that they may be led by Satan, being puppeted, being puppets for Satan. I feel like that's how I'm being by Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being led. Whatever choice I do, it is what it is. And that's what I'm going to have to just allow then. Because I guess like when Yahweh lead me to do things, I turn the other way thinking that that's what I'm supposed to do. Then that's, boom, I'm getting disciplined for it. Because I'm trying to figure it out at the same time being led, right? I don't know. I may not even know how I'm explaining it. I don't even know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating at times because one minute when now I don't know who I'm talking to out there, but as a believer, I don't know if you all experience this, serving God and trying to live right. It's like the more you try hard to live for Yahweh, the more you mess up. Maybe it's just me, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being disciplined or being rebuked or either corrected for something that I thought I was doing right. It leaves me in confusion. And who is the author of confusion? Satan. So I was listening to Tony Evans all night during the preparation Sabbath evening. I listened to him all night, all the way to this morning, on and off sleeping, just whatever I woke out of my sleep to hear. I knew it was God telling me to listen to this phrase or this speech, this teachings. And every time I woke up out of my sleep to hear what Tony Evans was saying, it was fitting me, fitting circumstances, fitting the issues right on the head. So that's how I knew right then and there that was Yahweh leading me to listen to that within my sleeping. And I come to realize that the things that I can't help, He know I can't help it. But the things that he need me to do, that He allowed me to do or accomplish, that's what He need me to do. That's what He want me to accomplish. I realize I mess up when I try to put more effort, into what He's allowing me to do. It's like Elohim is driving for me. He got the wheel. And I'm on the passenger side, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taking the wheel, like trying to help God lead me. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it should go this way. No, He got this. And then I'm messing up. And then He may just let go the wheel and let me handle it. And then next thing you know, I'm going down a dead end. So it's like, and then when I get rebuked or corrected for things that I'm trying to do, you get disciplined, and you be like, you know what? That's when Satan creep in and get all in your mind and say, you know what? It ain't even for you. You think this is what he wants you to do. You think you're called. You think you're chosen. Why don't you just give up everything, just going back out there and get you a drink? Go get a fifth. Just give up everything, just go back to Burger King, because you know you can. You know you can go back to Burger King. Go back to Burger King. You was having a decent life, just working, paying your bills, coming home, get you a couple of 6-packs and just chill. Wake up in the morning, have a couple of hangovers, go back to work, same thing. Read your Bible for about an hour or two, get your drink on, go to sleep. Same thing. Everything was the same routine. Everything that I did was by choice. And, I mean, I didn't have nobody to kick with because I know that that's not the life that I wanted to live. So that was easy. So I was basically solo anyway. But now that I'm chosen and I'm trying hard to do the right thing, it's like I shouldn't be trying hard to do what he's only allowed me to do in the first place. But it's like now that I'm on this side of the world for Yahweh, it's like, to me, it seems like things has gotten more complicated. So Satan is coming in like, yeah, it's complicated because, you know, that's what you thinking you need to do. And he letting you know that you shouldn't be trying to control it. So, I mean, all type of things coming to my mind. And see, Satan real slick because he gets you when you right at your vulnerable moment of thinking negative and thinking you should quit and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not that stupid to realize, okay, well, you know, I got rebuked last year for backsliding, going back to my vomit with drinking. So I know the consequences of that if I do all that right. I'm going really catch it. Not only that, but with Satan telling me you can go back to work, I may not be able to go back to work even if I tried to do all this nonsense that he's confusing my man with doing. All Yahweh want me to do is just let go. So I'm wondering if I'm the only one out there that just really feel like, you know, ever since I've been converted, it's like I'm having more issues than before I was converted. And the reason is because, you know, once you get converted and become set apart from this wicked world, we are at our vulnerable moments because we're not no longer of this world. When we were part of this world, when we were of this world, everything seemed like it was smooth because we were of this world. Living of this world, living in this world, doing really standard things and stuff like that. So we going bad things that's going on in this world is not a big problem. It's like we got it on our own anyway. That's what it seemed like. We got this, but we really not living under God's standards, though, when we live of this world. And that's the reason why it seems like we got more problems mentally, spiritually, you know, financially or whatever when we get separated from this world. It's kind of hard to explain, but sometimes I just feel like, look, I'm done. I'm done with the trying to figure things out. I'm done with the trying thinking I got it. I'm done with that, like for real. I'm just totally done with it. But as I was led to read this book by Herbert W. Armstrong about Satan, it was kind of deep, you know. I didn't even know that Lucifer then was one of the cherubs who was guarding the Ark of the Covenant. He was one of the angels on the Ark of the Covenant, guarding the covenant, the Ark. I didn't even know that was him. So Satan had top-notch positions and he was qualified to do a lot of things. But he ended up going evil because of his position. Yahweh give us blessings, give us positions, and then next thing you know, we're like, oh, okay, I deserve even more then. I'm just going to go on and take control and just do what I want to do then, since you gave me all this type of authority. So I'm reading about Satan. I'm like, man, is that me? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I mean, I don't know. I'm just reading. I'm the type of person who's very curious, and I'm always thinking. I'm trying to put things together and put pieces, puzzles together. Y'all like that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's just something you need to learn. You need to read. That's something you need to not do when I do put you in positions and have positions and places and stuff like that. But yeah, I was reading something about trained at universe headquarters. That's the thing with Satan, when he was Lucifer, rather. So this is what I read, right? He was trained and experienced in the administration of the government of God. He was trained and experienced in the administration of the government of God. God chose such a being well experienced and trained to be the king ruling the government of God over the angels who inhabited the whole earth. Wow. He had been trained in the administration of perfect law and order. As long as Lucifer was loyal in the conduct of God's government, as long as he was loyal, but he wasn't, he ended up doing what he wanted to do, right? What caused the angels on earth to sin, to turn to such lawlessness? Certainly, the ordinary angels did not persuade this great super being to turn traitor. No, it was in him that iniquity was found. It was in Lucifer that iniquity was found. Oh boy. First, he turns one or two to envy, jealousy, and resentment over an imagined injustice, then into disloyalty. Then he uses that one or two like a rotten apple in a crate to stir up resentment, feelings of self-pity, disloyalty, and rebellion in others next to them. And as each apple rottens, it rots those next to it until the whole crate is rotten. So Satan proceeds. Y'all know what I was saying, right, about the apples. When one apple spoils, the whole crate spoils. When that rotten apple is just sitting in there with the rest of those good apples, it's going to eventually spoil the rest of them. That sounds like a narcissist too. That's how narcissists gain flying monkeys. Rotten apples are not thrown out early enough. They would destroy the whole government. I'm talking about the angels. But once thrown out of the crate, they cannot do any more damage to those in the crate. That's why he kicked Lucifer out, and the ones that was converted into demons, the angels that was converted to demons, he kicked them out, because if he hadn't done that, then it would have destroyed the whole government of God. It could have taken hundreds of thousands of millions of years. This was all before the first human man was created. I'm saying this because we have to be careful when Elohim bless us as believers. When he bless us and he put us in high places and positions and stuff like that, we have to be careful how we handle it mentally. Because he could, just like he gave it to us, he could take it away. See, he gave Lucifer that position. He created Lucifer. He created Lucifer the way he wanted to create him. Beautiful and very smart and intelligent and all this other good stuff. But as a created super being, you know what I'm saying? Satan took it as if, oh, okay, well, I'm this and I'm that. But you were created that way for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like with us. We are created. So if Tommy over there get this high quality position for Yahweh, why would he take that and get big head and do what he want to do, and not only that, but become up against the one who created him? That's a daring thing. And see, with Satan, Yahweh allowed Satan to keep his position, but on earth. Oh boy. He put over them as king on an earthly throne. the archangel, the serpent Lucifer. Lucifer was the supreme masterpiece of God's creative power as a single, separately created spirit being. He was the most perfect in beauty, power, mind, knowledge, intellect, wisdom, within the almighty power of God to create. Get that now? God can create nothing higher or more perfect by instantaneous fiat. Fiat is like by demand of creating something without further effects. But this is what I'm saying. He created Lucifer. He was the administration of the government of God. That was Lucifer at the time. And like I said, he got big headed and did what he wanted to do. Now, like I said, I'm speaking on this for those that's out there that's been called by Yahweh, and we get blessed and do certain things, not to get head swole, because he'll bust that head down and we'll get back to where we was. Got to start all over again, and you don't want that. So basically, I was mixing my circumstances, which is mild, but he also allowed me to read this, and I'm trying to put it together with my life, and it may not be that, but I'm still gonna feel that I need to apply it just in case, to remind me if Yahweh need me to be in certain positions. I can come back and be like, oh, hold on, let me slow down, let me slow up. Sometimes it take a minute to get off of YouTube, stop going around certain people, places, and things, you know what I'm saying, to get my mind right. We got to find a quiet space at times and let Yahweh talk to us alone. How did sin enter? All right. He was created gloriously beautiful, perfect and brutal, but he allowed vanity to seize him. Then he turned to erroneous reasoning, God's law. The basis of God's government is the way of love, outgoing concern for the good and welfare of others. Love toward God and obedience, humility and worship. The way of giving, sharing, helping, cooperating. He reasoned that competition would be better than cooperation. That's how it started. He turned against God's law of love. He became jealous of God, envious, and resentful against God. He allowed lust and greed to fill him, and he became bitter. This inspired a spirit of violence. He deliberately became his maker's adversary and enemy. Deliberately. That was his choice, not God's, yet allowed by God. God changed the adversary's name to what he became. Satan, the devil. Satan means adversary, competitor, and enemy. Satan directed his supernatural powers henceforth to evil. He became bitter, not only against God, but against God's law. He used his subtle wiles of deception to lead the angels under him into disloyalty, rebellion, and revolt against the Creator, and finally into a war of aggression and violence to attempt to dispose God and seize the throne of the universe. As long as Lucifer remained loyal and administered the government of God faithfully, let me read that again. As long as Lucifer remained, as long as he had remained loyal and as an administrator of the government of God faithfully, this earth was filled with wonderful and perfect peace. That's how it would have been. The angels were vigorously happy to the extent of joy. The law of God's government is the way of life that causes and produces peace, happiness, prosperity, and well-being. Sin is the way of life that has caused all existing evils. It's a deep book. Like I say, The Mystery of Ages. It's this book right here by Herbert W. Armstrong. Very Bible based, biblical, very biblical based. I have this book by him. He was an awesome teacher, pastor. His television show is converted over to Youre though, the Church of Philadelphia. I think that's the Church of Philadelphia. But I also have a biography book of him. He inspired me with a lot of wisdom reading his books. And his books is Bible basic. So, you all out there that's confused about things, just always know that that's Satan trying to confuse us. But take the time out to, after you've read your Bible, pray specifically on what issues you may be having for the moment. Yeah, it's good to pray for others, but sometimes we neglect ourselves. Take the time out to pray for yourself, like a specific issue that you may be having at the moment. Take the time out to pray to Yahweh about your circumstances, and after you do that, listen for his response. And you do that by just having a quiet day. TV off, phone off, just tune your neighbors out or whatever, and wait for God's response. It's hard sometimes to do that because we have things that may come across our mind. We're supposed to be listening for Yahweh, but at the same time, we thinking about what we're going to eat later on, what we're going to do next week, stuff like that, which is normal. But just take the time out and just get back to your senses and wait on Yahweh. Because if we don't take time to get our issues intact, Satan is going to control our circumstances, and we're going to be thinking as Yahweh controlling it, but it's actually not. It's Satan, and we don't want to be like him when he was Lucifer. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to take time out to, make this video, not only for me, but for those that's out there that may be spiritually going through something. Take the time out, listen to Yahweh, y'all, and keep in prayer. Ahava.